portion of the schedule. It'll be conference play next week, but for now, Joey Rico will make his second appearance. A picture-perfect day here in Santa Barbara for baseball. I'm Joseph Bingener. I'll be joined shortly by my partner, David Melessa, as the Westmont Warriors get ready for games 3 and 4 of this 4-game series with the San Francisco State Gators. It's the final chance to put the finishing touches on this non-conference portion of the schedule. It'll be conference play next week, but for now, Joey Rico will make his second appearance of the season for the Warriors, facing off against Nathan Shin of the Gators, the lefty on the mound for the visiting team. We figured to have a great game for you today. I'll be here with you for all 16 innings of baseball today, but the first 9 will be coming up right after the national anthem here on the Westmont Sports Network.
Head over to a couple of games. Seize the day and your education. This is college. No. This is Westmont. You'll have to see it for yourself.
Cottage came to Westmont College because they saw the need for this accelerated baccalaureate program.
Westmont is on. Is not going to go away tomorrow.
For me, it was a calling.
Westmont is now accepting applications for its nursing program. Generous scholarships are available. Apply at westmont.edu/nursing.
Balance. It isn't just essential in your sport. It's essential in life, especially college life. It's everything you need to thrive in school, in sport, and everything in between. The key is just finding a place where you can pursue it all, because the real beauty lies in the balance. If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Back, and we welcome you back to Russ Carr Field on a beautiful Saturday morning. Getting set into things here with the starting lineups. We'll start with the defense for Westmont on the field right now. As mentioned in the open, it's Joey Rico on the mound, an 18 ERA, just 1 appearance this season, 3 innings, but 6 earned runs allowed. And the way it lines up the rest of the way behind him, Tanner Beltowski will play first base. He did so a little bit at the end of yesterday. Then around the infield, familiar faces as usual, Michael Soper, Colin Callahan, and Daniel Patterson. In the outfield, it goes Dunn, Bollinger, and Feely across the top of your screen. And they will be facing off against a San Francisco State lineup. That'll come up shortly. With Daniel Murillo, a staggering .455 average leading things off, the shortstop. Right-handed bats throughout this San Francisco State lineup. It's Derek LaFerriere, Michael Cunningham, Justin Johnson, Daniel Santos, Aaron Roberts, Nicholas Allred. Before we get to Fred Ramos, the only lefty in that Gator order, and Kyle Olympia will round things out at the bottom. So some trouble in that first outing for Joey Rico. 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He'll try to calm the nerves today and settle down here on a Saturday morning. Yesterday, the Warriors swept the doubleheader. I believe that was 12-7 in Game 1. Yes, it was 12-7 in Game 1, 4-2 in Game 2. So the Warriors outscoring these Gators 16-9 so far in this series. There's the throw down to second base from Hofstadler. Battery for the Warriors. Familiar face back on the field. Shane Hofstadler didn't play at all last season. Now back after a very successful campaign 2 seasons ago. And this will bring us into the action as Murillo will step in. 11 at-bats this season, a .455 average, 5 for 11, a couple home runs, 2 RBIs. First pitch from Rico is low. Wind blowing from right field to left field here as Rico's second pitch. Not a strike. So 2-0 the count. A very fun-filled day here at Westmont. About 59 degrees as the 2-0 comes home. That's called a strike. So 2-1 the count. Very fun-filled day at Westmont. Just beyond that right field fence, the Sunshine Indoor Open is happening. Our track team competing. The annual meet that they host in the wintertime. That pitch, I assume, was called a strike as Murillo's going to stay in the box here. He fouls it back. So now we're full. I guess the 2-1 was a ball. Murillo, payoff pitch. He takes low and inside. The Gators have their first base runner of the ball game.
Next up at bat, catcher number 25, LaFerriere.
That'll bring up the catcher LaFerriere, hitting .273 this season. I don't see catchers hitting this high in the lineup very often. The speed of LaFerriere earning him that role. 3 for 11 this season. He does have double to his name. Squares to bunt. This one, Rico charges it. Instead, it's Hofstadler spinning, throwing over to first, just in time. And LaFerriere gets the job done as he moves the runner over to second base.
Now coming up to bat, center fielder number 8, Michael Cunningham.
So the sacrifice bunt turned in. It's 2-3 in the scorecard and 1 away here in the first inning. Cunningham steps in, the center fielder, with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Takes the first pitch, but it's called a ball. Good job holding up the swing. For Cunningham, 500 average, a blazing 7 for 14, including 6 doubles and a home run. So every single hit has been an extra base hit for Cunningham as he takes a strike. Rico checks the runner. Soper backs off. And he comes home, a swing and a miss. It is 1-2. Checking the runner, Cunningham, awaiting the 1-2. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. It's a foul tip into the glove, and Joey Rico has himself the first strikeout of the day. For Rico, his 5th strikeout of the season, 4 strikeouts in that last appearance. And that'll bring up Justin Johnson. Johnson, the first baseman. So runner on second, and 2 gone. Swing and miss, strike 1. For Johnson, .333 this season, 4 for 12. Trying to drive home the game's opening run. Rico trying to shut it down. The 0-1, it's a check swing, and he went. One strike away for Joey Rico to get out of the first inning. Check the runner and come home. Swung on and missed. Strike three as he went around, says our first base umpire, Jeff Osborne. Rico gets out of the first inning, leaving a runner on second base. Back in just a moment here on the Westmont Sports Network, and we'll welcome David Melessa inside the booth after the break. Bottom one coming up.
Enjoy an escape to serenity. The American Riviera. As you soak up the sun, spend your day in wine country, and take in some of Southern California's finest cultural centers. The Carpinteria Inn in Santa Barbara offers Spanish Mission architecture, well-appointed amenities, and cozy suites, all just 2 blocks from the beach and minutes from the area's finest shopping and dining destinations.
Bottom of the first here. Daniel Patterson steps in. Try to get you the defense in a second here after the first pitch. But he faces off up against Shin. First pitch, a strike, and we'll quickly put that on your screen. I'll welcome David inside the booth. David, our monitor up here is not quite working, but the defense for the defense for the Gators goes Shin as he delivers the pitch, and that one's 1-1. Give me one quick second to get caught up. The 1-1 is Shin's working rather quickly. This one grounded to second. No, it gets through, and that'll be a base hit for Daniel Patterson. Fielded by Daniel Santos out there in right field. So it's Justin Johnson at first base, Fred Ramos at second, Daniel Murillo at shortstop, Kyle Olympia at third, Derek LaFerriere doing the catching behind the plate, and it goes Nicholas Allred, Michael Cunningham, and Daniel Santos across the top of the screen in the outfield. So the first at-bat is a single for Daniel Patterson. Throw over to first, and he's back safely. Soper still awaiting the first pitch. He takes that one right down the middle for a strike. Patterson leading from first. He's back safely. Soper on the season swinging a very hot stick, hitting .304, 7 for 23, a couple doubles and a home run.
Yeah, Soper's going to be looking to continue those numbers here.
Takes a strike. But yeah, what I was explaining, I guess off camera and off the air, is because it's such a busy day at Westmont, we have so many people in so many different places working events. There's basketball games later on. Of course, Jacob Norling, who was on the air with you yesterday, not here in the booth, and that leaves us students in charge of the broadcast, and just trying to help my man David over here get the scorebook in order. Oh, it's not your first baseball game, is it? Did some last season?
It's not my first. Yeah, I did about 2 last season, kind of just getting acclimated to the sport.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. As that one's fouled off by Soper. Yeah, these handy-dandy paper score sheets. Single by Patterson. I mean, you got it written down. I kind of helped you out with that one, but mostly just keeping track of the at-bats outcomes. Don't really have to worry about every pitch in there as it's fouled away. But that's the notation that I left on your paper, is that the K for that first strike, and then the 2 meant that the second pitch was a ball. But we'll get you flowing into things here. Another throw over to first. So yeah, essentially 4 pitches in this at-bat. The first 2 of them were called strikes. The second 2 foul balls. We've got plenty of pickoff attempts in between there, as Patterson is a threat. He hasn't attempted a stolen base this season. As that pitch missed the zone. The Gator faithful disagreeing. Nathan Shin comes home. This one's grounded right up the middle. Could be trouble. Here's the flip to second and on to first, but the throw there is not in time.
Soper grounded right up the middle there, set himself up to get to first, but Patterson unfortunately couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, almost a double play ball there on that exchange between Murillo and Ramos, just a little bit too slow, and that allowed Soper to reach on a fielder's choice. So 1 gone here as Patterson thrown out at second base, another throw over to first, and this one a little bit more justified as Michael Soper this season is 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts. Bryce McFeely, one of the most consistent players in this Warrior lineup. 316 average. He swings at a pitch outside. Runner going. The throw will be in time. Soper cut down for the first time this season at second base.
Unfortunate train of events if you're a Westmont fan. McFeely swung on it and Soper thought he could get there in time, but seems like he wasn't able to.
Yeah, that one definitely designed hit and run, as McFeely's job is probably to try to hit that one to the right side behind the runner, reaching out for that outside pitch, couldn't quite get to it, and then Soper essentially dead to rights at second base. This one flied off to right field, might get out of play towards the bullpen. It does, and it's 0-2. I'll explain this notation to you in a second, just that I've developed over the years on this scorecard. So McFeely, now with no one on base in front of him, the Warriors had that leadoff single by Patterson as he takes outside. The leadoff single by Patterson, who was thrown out at second on the fielder's choice, and then Soper was caught stealing. Shin comes home. That one's high. This one swung on and missed, strike 3. Shin gets out of the inning. It goes 1-2-3, a little bit unconventionally. No damage done, and we will be scoreless heading into the second inning here on the Westmont Sports Network.
Ready? Daniel Santos up to bat now.
As the top of the second begins here, Santos takes the ball on the first pitch. The two Daniels in this game, Murillo and Santos, fan favorites yesterday from where I was working. I don't know if she's here today, but there was a lady who was very vocal about the Danielses.
Well, it's those kind of fans giving you passion that really gets you.
And Santos puts this one down the line. It drops in. It'll be a base hit. It'll get to the corner and extra bases for Daniel Santos as he comes up standing to second base.
All the Westmont outfield could do was watch there. His place in such a good spot. It almost been a foul, but snuck inside the line, and Santos was able to take two.
Yeah, perfect placement there, and Santos needed it. He was just 1 for 15 coming into that at-bat, and the extra base hit gives the Gators their second chance with a runner in scoring position in this game. Pitch. That one is low, the first one to Roberts. Roberts coming into this game 167, just 1 for 6 on the season. But he has managed to score 4 runs. Those coming in part to 3 walks and a hit by pitch as he swings through another one. It's 1-1. 3 walks, hit by pitch, 4 strikeouts for the left fielder. For the designated hitter. As he takes low and inside. Last inning, there's a leadoff walk issued to Murillo before Rico was able to slam the door. This time trying to work himself out of a similar situation. 3-1. 2 strikeouts in that first inning. This one's grounded to first. Easy play for Beltowski. It'll move the runner over to third. One gone here, and all the Gators need to do is put this next ball into the outfield.
Yeah, Allred really just looking to clear some space for Santos just to sneak it to home.
Allred's done it so far this season. 5 for 10, 2 RBIs. Here's a chance to get his third. He watches the first pitch low. We've seen Rico miss on the first pitch to 5 out of the 7 batters he's faced so far. The 1-0, that one called a strike on the outside corner. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Rico trying to draw this inning up the same way he did the first. The 1-2 is taken low. Allred disciplined at the plate. This at bat, he's only walked once this season. The 2-2, that one's low. Hofstadler keeps it in front. That holds Santos at third.
Allred just holding true here at play, only swung on one of these so far, and he might just get that walk. Rico keeps at this pace.
Allred, full count, the payoff pitch with one away. He takes that one and gets himself on base.
Patience is a virtue, and Allred proves right as he gets the walk to first.
Osborne says he held up that swing, and he's aboard, which isn't the worst thing for the Warriors. 1 out, runner on first and third. We're hoping for one of those ground balls up the middle in turn 2 and get out of the inning. So Rico will focus on the threat at the plate. His first test against the lefty in this game. And for Ramos, his first at-bat of the season. He takes inside. Ramos this year, a junior. He's appeared in one game defensively. Second baseman batting from the left side. Flies this one in the air. Warriors infield will take it, as that's Callahan camped under it, waiting for it to come down. He does so behind the bag at second, and there's two gone here.
That one had some airtime on it, didn't it? I felt like I was waiting on a Callahan for quite a while there.
Now, on a windier day, that could prove to be disastrous this time. Just a soft breeze carrying that ball maybe a little bit from the right side of the field towards the left side. It's no problem for Callahan.
Yeah.
The runners stay where they are, and Olympia, the ninth hitter in this order, will come up to bat. 2 for 7, and he takes a strike. He will take those any day of the week if you are Joey Rico's. Sky-high pop-ups on the infield. No advancement from the runners. This one now, they're trying to go, and this one's grounded through the left side, and that'll drive home the game's first run. It's Olympia bringing home Santos, and the play at third is safe. Already moving on that pitch, got to second, and then over to third very quickly before Dunn could bring it back in.
Yeah, unfortunately for Westmont, SF State's still in the same position, but one more point on the board.
The game's first run comes off the bat of Olympia. For him, that's his third RBI of the season. Daniel Murillo back in the box. He walked his first time up. 6-pitch walk. He takes low. Hofstadler keeps it in front, keeps the runners where they were. Rico is 1-0. Comes home. That's a curveball that stays outside. Comes home. That one is just a little bit high, and it's 3-0. See if Rico challenges Murillo on the 3-0. He does not, and the bases will be loaded for Derek LaFerrier.
Farrier coming up with big expectations on his shoulder. If he can get anything going, SF State could prove off a win.
And in this inning, Joey Rico has himself his work cut out for him. Chance to get out of the jam with just one run allowed, but there is nowhere to put Derek LaFerrier. His first time up, sacrifice bunt on the first pitch. This time, he'll be forced to put the ball in play or at least generate an at-bat, productive at-bat, whether it's a walk or hit by pitch. Rico comes home to LaFerrier, who swings and misses.
Good start for Rico.
That first pitch strike, all important. There's a second, swung on and missed, strike 2. For LaFerrier, struck out twice this season. He's walked twice. Rico trying to get that third strikeout. The 0-2 is taken low.
LaFerrier showing some patience that time, doesn't swing on that one. Good take there as Rico is looking for that chase on the pitch low.
We'll do it again with 1-2. Taken high. Deuces on the scoreboard. 2-2. Taken low again. Those are the pitches that start to make you wonder. Derek LaFerriere hitting approach. Maybe those first two pitches weren't in the zone either, but he was looking to put that ball in play, and now he's completely shifted his mindset. He's taken the last three pitches for balls.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch. High. And that will bring in a run. So the RBI walk for Derek LaFerriere. That brings home Nick Allred. The Gators have extended their lead to 2-0. Olympia goes to third. Murillo is at second.
Gators elect for a timeout here.
That's actually the pitching coach for Westmont calling for that meeting on the mound. It's Rico. They're trying to keep him under control here. Nobody getting loose in that Warrior bullpen. The first appearance for Rico was a relief. Actually, no, it was not a relief appearance. It was a starting pitching appearance. Just 3 innings pitched. I have to wonder how long that is. How long his day will be. We'll try to extend it by getting the last out of this inning as quickly as possible. And you might actually be right. I think that was Coach Tony Schifano's decision to bring his batter to have a talk. I saw the mound meeting going on and thought maybe it was Westmont's mound visit, but the motion from home plate umpire Roger Rangel towards that first base dugout, that might stand corrected on that one. In either case, the first pitch is outside to Cunningham. He struck out his first time. This time, he fouls this one back over the visitor dugout. Coach Tony Schifano, 184 wins, 193 losses, and a tie in his record. Pitch is low for Coach Spagnas of the Warriors. Just 3 wins and 2 losses in his Westmont career, but 810 and 495 overall in his coaching career. That's taken for a strike. Two outs, 2 runs in this inning. Cunningham awaiting the pitch. And this one, he flies it into center field. It might stay up for Bollinger. He traces back and makes the catch. So Rico able to limit the damage there. He leaves the bases loaded. We go to the second, and Westmont is now trailing 2-0.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Bottom of the second here as Trey Dunn steps in. facing off against Shin, who went 1-2-3 in that first inning. He allowed a single, but only faced 3 batters following a fielder's choice and a caught stealing as this first pitch is fouled off by Dunn.
Dunn hitting 300 on the season. Good person to open up for Westmont as we head into the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, 2 home runs in there. He's got 6 hits. Half of them, triples or longer. Triple and 2 homers. As he takes the ball. The lefty deals. That one's high. Get another look at a lefty-lefty matchup with Bollinger sitting on deck. For now, the 2-1 fouled away. The 2-2. Lined up the middle. It's fielded, a beautiful play there by Murillo, who throws across the diamond, but he can't connect with his first baseman, Justin Johnson.
Yeah, just a little disconnect there as he lines up for the first baseman. Slipped up, and Dunn's able to get to first.
Yeah, that was a beautiful stab by Murillo, the first part of that play. Unfortunate, he threw it away on the other end. The Warriors will take it as they get a base runner to lead off the second inning.
Yeah.
Next up to bat, center fielder number 9, Jack.
And you know, the stat keeping or whatever for errors is, has to be a routine play. And I feel like that fielding attempt was all about routine, but the throw, once you get up to your feet, you got to make that.
Yeah, at that point, you're just dropping the church's money.
So 1 aboard, 1 strike to Bollinger. Lefty in this order. Proving himself last season, his first year with the team, and proving himself again, hitting .389. 7 for 18 so far this season. There's another throw over to first.
Shin constantly eyeing that first base this whole match.
Yeah, it's really extending this game. I mean, we've played 34 minutes of baseball, and we're not even done with the second inning, so all these throws over to first. Extending that. Here's a ground ball to second. Could be 2. The play onto short. On to first, no good as Justin can't scoop it out. Ramos to Murillo. That works to get Dunn out, but the throw on to Johnson allows Bollinger safe.
Yeah, fielder's choice there. Johnson unable to hold on to it back-to-back now.
So maybe Bollinger was going to beat the throw anyway. It goes down as the fielder's choice. And it'll bring up Jesse DiMaggio. That name, it's a famous one in the baseball world. Johnson can't hold on to the pickoff attempt, but Bollinger stays at first. Joe DiMaggio, Yankees legend, their great uncle, somewhere along there, an uncle in the family for Jesse DiMaggio. And all the talent translating so far in this season. .417, he's 5 for 11. Got himself a double, a home run, 2 RBIs. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. That is probably one of the best baseball names you could have. Another throw over to first. I believe Jesse DiMaggio, his dad, is also a music professor here at Westmont.
Really?
Never taken any of his classes. Actually, never taken a music class in general at Westmont.
Yeah, just one of the great majors Westmont has to offer.
Yeah. Little college advertisement here in the second inning. Come to Westmont. You can get taught music by the great nephew or grandnephew of Joe DiMaggio. As DiMaggio swings through another one, it's 0-2. One fouled away.
That one's headed toward the backside of the parking lot.
Faculty housing behind us. comes home. It's high and away. You know, we really are blessed with the day that we're having today, weather-wise.
Especially after the week we've had.
Yeah.
Man, the rain just came and it did not want to leave.
Here's a high fly ball into shallow left. Moving there is Murillo. He'll make the catch, just a step inside of the grass, and that's two gone.
That ball came down just like the rain this past week.
Yeah, you really would not believe the amount of rain we had here in Santa Barbara. 3 or 4 days, I think, in a row, Tuesday through Friday, or Tuesday through Thursday. The home opener originally supposed to be on Thursday. That ended up getting moved to today, causing some mix-ups on the schedule.
Yeah, but the sun we're having today would make you think the past week didn't even happen.
Yeah, I don't know they're loving it even more down at the track meet. That Sunshine Indoor Open beyond right field happening.
Yeah, I guess the Sunshine Open with
Yeah.
clouds with a little off-brand, yeah.
And it's been like that in some years. Beltowski takes a strike. It's been like that in some years where the Sunshine Indoor Open is neither sunny or indoors. It's never indoors. But it's that indoor track season that precedes the regular track season, essentially. So a couple different events in there that you won't see during the main track season, such as the 60-meter dash in place of the 100, and the weight throw in place of the hammer, just to name a few. As that is called strike 3 against Beltowski, he goes down on 3 pitches. Shin gets out of the second inning untouched. They'll take that 2-0 lead into the top of the third. We'll take a break, but first a word from one of our sponsors.
The 9-time Ramada Worldwide Award-winning Ramada by Wyndham is a proud sponsor of Westmont College Athletics. Go Warriors. Ramada would love for you to make your hotel of choice whenever your friends or family come in to visit Santa Barbara. Call us at 805-964-3511 and mention Westmont Athletics for a 20% discount. Ramada, your hotel of choice, 805-964-3511. Go Warriors.
Top of the third here, Russ Carr Field. Joseph Bingener and David Melessa here with you on the Westmont Sports Network, and Joey Rico on the mound going into his third inning of work. First pitch is a ball. That's Justin Johnson at the plate, the only batter who did not bat in that most recent second inning, where the Gators put on 2 runs and 2 hits. They ended up leaving the bases loaded, so it could have been much worse for Rico. Instead, he faces Johnson with a clean slate here in the third. As that pitch is fouled off, it's 2-1. In case you're joining us late, that inning double ground out to first. A walk, then a pop out, so 2 outs with only 2 runners on. And then the damage started to come. That ball's fouled away again. Single followed by a couple walks, and then finally a fly out to end it. RBI single from Kyle Olympia, and then an RBI walk from Derek LaFerriere. The reason that the Gators have 2 runs, this one's flied into shallow left. Charging in is done. He'll make the catch, and there's 1 gone here in the third. 2, Justin Johnson is. But now, the hot bat, at least in this game, of Daniel Santos will come up to the plate. He was just 067 coming into the game, but he hit a crucial double and came around to score the game's first run.
Yeah, really seemed to lead off what the Gators were able to bring last inning and kind of start that whole motion. We'll see what he's able to do this inning, and he's able to kind of get one on Rico.
He was ahead 2-0 in that count as he fouls one off here. 2-0 in that count before Rico was looking for a strike and ended up putting one in the place that Santos wanted it. He got that double that snuck in down the left field line. He takes 1-1, actually swings through the 1-1 pitch. 2 strikeouts on the day for Rico. They were both back in the first inning. Chance to get his third right here. The 1-2. This one grounded to third. Patterson skips off his glove. It goes over the head of Callahan, who leaves it for Dunn. Santos will take that.
Take the one. Base. He was take the one, but he was eyeing the double.
A good heads-up play by the runner. More than likely an error against Daniel Patterson. He had one yesterday.
Talking to his coach over there, it looks like he's just saying it came off his wrist a little bit.
Normally a sure-handed player is Patterson, playing all over the infield. He's played first, short, and third in his time here at Westmont. Roberts steps in. He takes a strike. Roberts grounded to first last time up. Normally a sure-handed defensive player is Patterson, working out some kinks here at the start of the season. But he surely made up for it yesterday. He had that go-ahead 2-run single in the bottom of the 6th of Game 2 of the doubleheader.
Yeah, amazing play by Patterson.
I believe that came with 2 outs as well. There's a called strike to Roberts. He's behind 1 and 2. Another chance for Rico to try and add a strikeout to his resume. The 1-2. This one swung on and missed. Strike 3. The third strikeout on the day for Joey Rico. That's the second out of this inning.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 18, Nicholas Allred.
So Robert sits down for the second time. It'll bring up Nick Allred, who walked and came around to score that second run in the second inning. Takes a strike. You get the sense now, a lot more in command in this inning, Joey Rico, than the previous one.
Yeah, Rico just trying to turn it up on these Gator hitters.
He's locked in, but delivers that one outside. Hofstadler keeps it from going to the backstop.
Guess you could call that one a jinx.
Yeah, maybe. Yet to see a 3-ball count in this inning. He's retired 2 of the 3, and there wouldn't be any earned runs for him, as the error is the only reason this inning isn't over. Runner on first base is Santos. Another strike at the plate to Allred. So 1-2, a chance to slam the door with strikeout number 4 for Joey Rico. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Rico gets out of the inning, matching his length from the last game, a 3-inning appearance. He's got 3 so far. He's only allowed 2 runs. That inning, he sits them down. A couple strikeouts to send us to the bottom of the 3rd, and we'll hear another word from one of our sponsors.
The 9-time Ramada Worldwide Award-winning Ramada by Wyndham is a proud sponsor of Westmont College Athletics. Go Warriors. Ramada would love for you to make us your hotel of choice whenever you have friends or family coming to visit Santa Barbara. Call us at 805-964-3511 and mention Westmont Athletics for a 20% discount. Ramada, your hotel of choice, 805-964-3511. Go Warriors.
Balance. It isn't just essential in your sport, it's essential in life, especially college life. It's everything you need to thrive in school, in sport, and everything in between. The key is just finding a place where you can pursue it all, because the real beauty lies in the balance. If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
It's the catcher, Shane Hofstadler, in the 8th spot to lead off this bottom of the 3rd. Warriors behind 2 runs early on. It'll be Hofstadler, Callahan, and then we'll flip over the lineup for the first time today as Patterson waits in the hole. First pitch to Hofstadler. He takes a strike. For Hofstadler, this young season, already hitting .364. Of course, we mentioned did not play at all last season. There's a ball outside. Didn't play at all last season, hitting .364. That's 4 for 11 with a double and a triple mixed in. He's got an RBI, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. The 1-1. It's taken for a strike. So it's always nice to have a player who can bounce back from injury and make an immediate impact in a team season.
Yeah, you see it with a lot of athletes, that coming back time really just kind of takes a toll on you, right? You take time to get acclimated and get set, but right here, you see Hofstadler taking no time to get reacclimated.
Flies this one to right field. It might get over the fence, but I think it was robbed. Yeah, held in over in right field. The ball drops to the ground, though. He gets aboard as Santos couldn't corral it in at the fence. You can never be so sure with that right field fence here at Westmont. Very short territory there. Just enough room for Santos to knock it down. And Hofstadler is aboard with a double. Some of the fans down below me are explaining to each other that that ball hit the wall. Maybe it did.
Maybe it did. Hofstadler still got the double.
Yeah. So Shin will come home. Callahan tried to move the runner over, but that bunt will go foul. That's Colin Callahan, the shortstop, the 9-hitter in this Westmont order. Hitting .158. He's 3 for 19. He has driven in a run so far. Right now, Coach Svagdis giving him the orders to move the runner over. For Coach Svagdis, especially, huge add to this Westmont Warrior program. Of course, Coach Latore led some very successful seasons. Offered a better position elsewhere, took the job. And then Westmont replaced it with Coach Svagdis, whose coaching resume includes Stephen Vogt, manager of the Cleveland Guardians at the major league level. Someone that I do hope to meet before the season ends. This one's grounded through the left side. Hofstadler will race home. Throw will not be in time. Callahan, an RBI single, and the Warriors have their first run.
Hofstadler getting it done.
The wheels there from the catcher, still intact, as he's able to come home from 180 feet away.
Patterson up to the bat.
Yeah, Patterson comes up, but you do make a great point calling out the legs of Hofstadler. He started yesterday's second game at catcher, which doesn't happen too much in the Warrior program, especially during non-conference games. Hofstadler or Andrew Guerrero last year would catch the first game, and then one of the younger catchers would catch the second one, say Tyler McAvoy, who did catch the rest of that second game. So Hofstadler obviously feeling like the legs are in good shape to catch part of the second. This one grounded up the middle, a flip to second, and on to first. This time the double play is converted between the tandem of Ramos, Murillo, and Johnson.
Yeah, Gators able to finally get it in line there and pull off the double play on Callahan and Patterson.
So it goes down as 4-6-3. That double play for Patterson. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled and was erased on a fielder's choice back in that first inning.
Lefty on lefty matchup here again.
This one will favor Shin, at least statistically. Soper so far today, he had that fielder's choice back in that first inning. That was a long at-bat that he extended with 2 strikes. There's the 1-0. This one, grounded to the right side. A fair ball down the line. See if Soper can stretch it to 2. He will take that big turn and arrive at second base before Santos can get the ball.
Soper just squeeze it in like putting a pin through a needle.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those sneaker doubles down the line, one by each side. Maybe McFeely can bring home the game's tying run with 2 outs. McFeely struck out on 5 pitches back in that first inning. Battle back from 0-2. But Shin ultimately won that battle as he's getting talked to by his catcher, LaFerrier. They're ready to go here. Soper standing at second base. McFeely in the batter's box. Bryce McFeely on the season. He's got 4 runs batted in. Decent chance at a 5th if he can put this one in play as he takes high and outside. Another one outside, this time low. I'd say today, pretty good turnout for a Saturday morning.
Yeah, good Saturday morning. Honestly, what a better way to start it than watching some Westmont baseball.
Got some fans sneaking in double duty as there's going to be a mound visit here. Fans sneaking in double duty beyond that right field fence. There's a cutout over there in which spectators who are watching, say, a soccer game or a track meet down at Thornton Field can turn around and catch a glimpse of baseball.
Yeah, honestly, it's a great day for just a Westmont sports fan in general.
I think that spot down there, that was the one time we were working a soccer game together and we were cracking up before the game. We were doing the national anthem for one of the soccer games here at Westmont, and baseball was holding batting practice. And so some of the outfielders could hear that the national anthem was playing down at the soccer field and decided to take off their caps, turn around and face the flag, but no one else really on the field seemed to hear that that was going on. So live batting practice was still happening, and those players were racing back and forth between facing the flag with the hats over their hearts, and then they would turn around, put the hat on their head, get ready to field the ball, and as soon as the ball was hit, they would go back to looking at the anthem if it wasn't coming towards them.
Yeah, the age-old dilemma of the flag or baseball.
Yeah. And I've seen it sometimes where the coaches will generally be aware that that a soccer game is happening as McFeely works a 4-pitch walk. Where the coaches at the baseball field are aware that the soccer game is about to start, and they will pause batting practice, and everyone will stop and turn around. But that was a funny situation. I believe that was Weiserman's and Veal?
I believe it was
Weiserman's was one of them.
It was Orion.
Might have been Orion, too. Orion Medeiros. Grant Weiserman's, Isaac Veal, potentially. Some of those outfielders that we're watching. And this one's lined into right field. Santos is there. It gets over his head, and it is gone. A home run for Trey Dunn, his second in as many days. A 3-run homer here will put the Warriors in front.
Warriors able to take the lead. Dunn able to just drive it to right field. Get 3 runs for the Warriors.
Go ahead shot here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's 5-2 Westmont. That's a souvenir. Well, it was a souvenir down at the track before one of the fans threw that ball back over.
Yeah, Westmont really just able to turn it around here in the 3rd. Rico able to knock out all the runners. And then just Westmont able to get 5 runs in this bottom of the 3rd inning.
I think it should be 4-2.
Oh,
See if we get an update there on the scoreboard. I was
reading off the scoreboard there as well. I think I lost track myself.
Yeah, 2-1. Hofstadler scored up the double. And then Dunn brought everyone else home. Yeah, that makes sense. Dunn, McFeely, and Soper score on that home run. The count is 2-1 here. Get a chance to look maybe at the swing from Trey Dunn here in a moment. As Bollinger steps in with 2 strikes, we'll put it up there before we close out this inning. The 1-2, this one grounded towards first, but it's foul.
That was grounded just outside towards Johnson.
Bollinger trying to follow it up and keep this inning going.
It's a chase down here. He runs for it. Unfortunately, not able to make it. The Gators letting in 4 runs this inning.
Yeah, Shin gets out of the jam. We'll put that home run swing up on the screen for you as we go to break here. We'll be back with the top of the 4th in just a moment. Top of the 4th, and Joey Rico is back out there. It'll be his longest appearance of the season if he can get it out.
Fred Ramos up to bat against Rico here. See what he's able to do.
Yeah, Ramos, of course, popped it out on the second pitch he saw in the second inning. Now he takes a strike to open the 4th and swings through another one to make it 0-2. For Joey Rico, if he can get through this inning and the next one, that would put him in line to get the win. Provided he doesn't give up 2 runs. There's another swing and a miss. The 5th strikeout of the day for Joey Rico.
Ever since that 3rd inning, Rico's just kind of starting to build up more and more speed here.
Yeah, certainly now rolling through this order. He's retired the last 3 batters, 4 of the last 5. The only batter to reach was on an error. I should say 5 of the last 6, actually. And in that span, the only batter to reach was on an error. But he struck out the past 3. This one a ball. Against Kyle Olympia. RBI single that drove in the game's first run in the second inning. Takes low. But otherwise, a solid day for Joey Rico. This one, check swing. Did he hold up? They called it a strike. Swing, I should say.
I'm not letting that one go by. He's going for the check swing there, but just like
he
went a little bit too far.
Home plate umpire Roger Rangel thought he had the best point of view, did not ask for appeal. This one, another sky-high pop-up This one will go to Soper on the right side of the infield. He tracks it down, and that's out number 2.
I wonder if one of those is ever going to hit a bird one of these days.
I mean, it has. Not at Russ Carr Field in my memory, but baseballs have certainly collided with birds.
Unfortunately.
Of course, the most famous instance of that, not sure if you're familiar with it, but I know everyone at home is. Randy Johnson back in the 90s hit a bird during spring training with a pitch, actually, so that's even more rare.
Wow, I'm surprised the bird's that low or the pitch is going that high.
Yeah. You can have a Hall of Fame career and you hit a bird one time, and that might be what you're known for to a lot of people.
And unfortunately, it only takes one to go viral.
Find that one all over the internet. Not a hard clip to find. As the count is 0-2 to Daniel Murillo. He takes low. Joey Rico looking for another strikeout. This one's high. Murillo battling back from 0-2. His first 2 at-bats were walks. This one, he grounds back up the middle. Charging on it is Callahan. He scoops it up, throws across the diamond to Beltowski in time. And that will end the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I almost thought it was going to be marked safe there, but able to get there just in time. Callahan to Beltowski to knock it out.
1, 2, 3 go the Gators. And we will come back with the bottom of the 4th after a word from one of our sponsors.
The Automobile Club of Southern California. The Automobile Club of Southern California invites you to the AAA Travel Expo on Sunday, March 2nd at the Santa Barbara Auto Club office. The expo will be held from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll find information, hourly door prizes, exclusive show offers, and vendor presentations by AMA Waterways, Lindblad Expeditions, Rocky Mountaineer, and Viking Cruises. To RSVP, call 805-898-2824. That's 805-898-2824. Once again, that's 805-898-2824.
First pitch fouled away by DiMaggio to open up the bottom of the 4th. First pitch popped out to short. This one swings through, and it's 0-2. It's that big inning by Westmont. The last time they were on offense, that pitch gets over the head of LaFerrier.
Yeah, that was going to slip a little bit right over. Umpire gave it a little flinch trying to get past that one.
4 runs on 4 hits. The Warriors did not leave anyone on base. And they took the lead. There's a called strike. That should be 3. Yeah. Hofstadler couldn't really believe it. And the home plate umpire, Roger Angel, didn't actually ring him up. He just called the strike, maybe forgot what the count was. In any case, that is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Nathan Shin. And Hofstadler, not Hofstadler, but DiMaggio, will sit down. Beltowski in there. He takes a ball. 0 for 1 today. It's 1-0. Taken for another ball.
Yeah, Towner Baltowski came in with a good freshman season.
After he fouls one away.
Yeah. Glad to see, even with the coaching change, he still holds his own in the lineup. He's a good hitter for the Warriors last season.
Taking over first base position, Liam Critchett locked down with a huge bat in previous years. It's 3-1. And very interesting, actually, is Mr. Critchett, Liam Critchett's dad, one of the most vocal fans here at Westmont. He was here, and he's here again, actually, these 2 games. Driving up from the LA area. Definitely one of those fans that makes these baseball games worth attending.
Definitely.
Swung on and missed strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Shin. This time he gets Beltowski to sit down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Beltowski actually came in as a pitcher last season before moving bases.
I could say maybe to that. Maybe he was recruited as a pitcher. I didn't see him pitch at all last season. Here's Hofstadler now. He had that big double that started the scoring party. He came around to score on Callahan's RBI single. And now he takes low and inside. Swung on and missed. 1-1. For Nathan Shin, he's trying to make it 3 strikeouts in a row for this 4th inning. Gets this one popped high towards the right side, but it'll go fouling out of play. Now he is 1 strike away from striking out the side.
Yeah, you need that strikeout. Gators going to want to come back and get some runs in this 5th inning as we kind of step into this latter half of the game.
Here's the 1-2. That one lined high to left field for Hofstadler. It'll go over the fence and onto the street.
When that one was gone, you had some pedestrians walking by, and that one's flying by their heads, and they're celebrating with us now as he takes the victory lap on home.
106 off the bat for the catcher. He powers that one over the left field fence and gives the Warriors a 5-2 lead.
Next up to bat, shortstop number 23, Colin Callahan.
2 at-bats, 2 runs scored for Shane Hofstadler. A double and a home run. Having himself a magnificent day to start this doubleheader. This one grounded up the middle, a base hit for Colin Callahan.
And that is right through in the outfield. Drives it straight past the pitcher, and it's able to sneak past second base and just get him just enough to secure the single.
This bottom part of the Warriors order, 8 and 9 hitters, 4 for 4 in this game. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. It's been all the production that the Warriors could ask for from that spot. And really way more. Patterson takes low and away. He's 1 for 2, single in the first, double play in the third. Shin will throw over to first.
Shin making sure no one steals anything off that first base. He's definitely done his research on this Westmont team.
Yeah, he has been throwing over there all day. Anytime that Westmont has had a runner on first base, this one fouled away. Yeah, for Shin, he was 1 strike away from getting out of that inning, and then 2 pitches later, flipped itself on his head, the home run, and then the single by Callahan. completely changed the narrative here. He was able to get DiMaggio and Beltowski to strike out for the first 2 outs. And now there's action going on in that Gator bullpen. Get you a number there. I think it is Nick Bakura. Patterson takes another ball. Bakura, the righty, up and loose. Or up and getting loose, I should say. This one grounded to second. Ramos is there. They'll flip to short. Murillo handles it. And that will end the inning. But not before Shane Hofstadler can come through with a big home run and extend this Warrior lead. Top of the 5th coming up in just a moment. How many ads do we have left? Top of the 5th as Joey Rico's out there. For Rico, the task is simple. Get 3 outs and leave with a chance at earning yourself your first win of the season.
I knew it was ever that simple, though.
So here's a pitch outside, another strike. There's action warming up in the Warrior bullpen. So to figure that in any case, this is the last inning for Joey Rico. Oh, this pitch inside just barely gets away from LaFerrier. That's a horrible feeling as a pitcher to get ahead 0-2 and then next pitch drill the batter in the side. This one grounded up the middle. Soper gets there. Can he make the throw? No. Well, they try to do a crafty assist play there. Soper to Callahan to Beltowski.
Almost would have been beautiful there. I saw Callahan up to throw it, and I looked up at the base, and he was already there.
I really like the effort there between Soper and Callahan to try to make something happen. Of course, a play like that takes too long to develop. It'll go down as a base hit for LaFerrier. He is 1 for 1.
It's good to see them testing that out, though, now. Later in the season, that could come in handy, and we might have a great call on our hands.
0 for 2 so far is Cunningham. Strikeout, fly out to center. Takes a strike. See if the infield can get themselves another one here. I'm sure Soper and Callahan will take a double play attempt to try and continue off of what they've started. That's a big swing and a miss. It's 1 and 2. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Will not be in time. That's a stolen base for Derek LaFerrier. count will be 2-2 as that pitch was called a ball at home plate.
Yeah, LaFerrier just kind of creeping up there on the backside, outside of Rico's vision. Right there, he's able to sneak on behind and get the steal.
Now runner on second, nobody gone here. High fly ball into left field off the bat of Cunningham. Racing back is Dunn, who makes the catch. LaFerrier was halfway between second and third, so he'll go back.
Now coming up to the plate.
That part of Ruscar Field always hold the baseball in. Dunn with enough speed to get back to it. One gone here in the fifth. And a runner on second for Justin Johnson, looking for his first hit of the day. Struck out back in the first, flied to left in the third. This one he lines into left center field. Will it get down? No, it will not. A beautiful diving play by Jack Bollinger for out number 2.
Yeah, Westmont outfield really turning it up there. Dunn and Bollinger on the last 2 plays here. Just able to make something happen. Or the last 2 batters, excuse me.
Next up to that, right fielder number 26, Daniel Santos.
Daniel Santos, potentially the last man between Joey Rico and a successful 5 innings pitched. This one grounded to third. Patterson takes it, throws across the diamond. Beltowski handles it, and the inning is over. That's 5 innings of 2-run ball for Joey Rico. He puts the Warriors in a good position here as we are halfway home at Ruscar Field. We'll be back after a word from one of our sponsors.
The Knights from Ramada Worldwide award-winning Ramada by Wyndham is a proud sponsor of Warriors. Ramada would love for you to make your hotel choice whenever your friends or family come into Santa Barbara. Call us 805-964-3511 and join us on college athletics for 20% discount. Ramada, your hotel of choice, 805-964-3511. Go Warriors.
Have you ever wondered what college would look like in just 30 seconds? Well, it starts with waking up. Then maybe go to the lab, or go surf, do some studying, go run. How about a walk on the beach? Head over to a couple of games. Then go dance, worship, and grow closer to God. Go study in the library, and head to Spring Sing. Seize the day and your education. This is college. No. This is Westmont. You'll have to see it for yourself.
Michael Soper steps in, getting ready to lead off this inning. Nathan Shin still in the ball game for the Gators. After there was a pitcher warming up in the pen, this first pitch is low. Shin delivers. This one grounded to first, but foul.
Sober able to get a connection there, not just the exact one he wanted there. Fouled it out to the right side.
At this point of the game, really just trying to extend at-bats, make Shin work and take advantage of mistakes. This one, not called a strike.
Yeah, good eye there.
Soper awaits the 2-1. He is 1 for 2 in this game. Doubles back in the third. This one, high fly ball out to right field. You might want to yell 4 as that one is headed into the track meet.
Yeah, I can imagine someone running the 100 meter.
Michael Soper, have yourself a day. 2 for 3, a double, and a home run. And the Warriors lead by 4. big boom in the dugout for Michael Soper.
Yeah, as the Warriors are definitely celebrating that one.
McFeely will try to follow it up. He's 0 for 1. He grounds this one to second. Ramos has it. Throws to first. And there's one gone.
On the bright side, Westmont feeling hot at bat as they're able to get 2 connections in a row.
Now coming up to the plate, left fielder number 5, Trey Dunn.
So Shin makes quick work of McFeely, and that'll bring up Trey Dunn, who's also having himself a monster day. The big 3-run homer back in the 3rd inning. That was his last time up, and he reached on an error in the 2nd. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. This one to short. That's Murillo who throws across. Johnson catches it, and there's 2 gone.
Two grounders sent on both sides of that second base now.
And Shin will take those, aside from the high fly balls that the Warriors have been capitalizing on. Bollinger, fielder's choice, back in the 2nd. And it grounded to the catcher in the 3rd.
Yeah, that one made me flinch.
Foul ball to our left, and I mean, you're standing to my right, so I can't understand that. Here's a called strike. I always get on Jacob for those, and I'm sure he's watching this game, getting ready for the basketball game, but whether he likes to admit it or not, he is a huge flincher.
Yeah, you know, the net doesn't always guarantee protection.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's some holes in this net, but mostly at the bottom.
Yeah,
Good spots to pass items through.
Yeah, if you ever watch Final Destination, you know you can't really trust much in this world.
That is a good opportunity to start a conversation, as I am completely unfamiliar with Final Destination. What is Final Destination?
Final Destination, it's a movie series. Basically follows the plot line of the main characters kind of just escaping death in a scenario, running back in time, and taking an action that leads to all of them surviving an event. But unfortunately, the timeline
That swung on and missed to end the inning, but continue.
Unfortunately, the timeline needs to just satisfy them being taken away. So you'll see mysterious actions such as a baseball flying through a net, or even just a crane falling down that leads to their unfortunate demise.
So Final Destination, I'm learning new things today. The Warriors, they add a run on the home run from Michael Soper. It's now 6-2, and a new arm will take over. That's Josh Hickey, who will get loose as we get set to begin the top of the 6th. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cottage came to Westmont College because they saw the need for this accelerated baccalaureate program.
Westmont is offering an accelerated Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, which is about a 16-month program. The need for nurses is not going to go away tomorrow.
For me, it was a calling.
Westmont is now accepting applications for its nursing program. Generous scholarships are available. Apply at westmont.edu/nursing.
Top of the sixth here at Russ Carr Field. The day is done for Joey Rico. He faced 23 batters, went through 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, struck out 5 and walked 4. And that brings Josh Hickey into the game, who gets a ground ball to third to start things off. Patterson throws across the diamond. Belkowski receives it, and there's one gone here.
Yeah. Hickey stepping in here with ERA of 3.0.
3 ERA and how many appearances so far this season? Probably just 1. I'd go to figure. That 1 appearance in there for Josh Hickey.
You'd hope he'd want to drop that down here in his showing against the Gators here today.
Let's see, there's a called strike. Try to look at that game log. I think you just click on his name. A 3-inning appearance, gave up 1 run. That was against Cal Poly Pomona back on February 1st. There's the ball. So a solid outing. He's capable of getting 3 innings of work. See how much Coach Magnus asks of him here. That one's low and inside. I think it's 3-1 in this. To Nicholas Allred, the batter. That was Roberts, who grounded to third to start this inning. Now Allred takes the strike. It's full. Allred, 0 for 1. Walked in the second and scored. Struck out in the third. And he faces a full count against Josh Hickey. He fouls this one off of Hofstadler. Anthony McIntyre's here taking in some baseball action.
Yeah, good to get some sun and relax before.
High fly ball out to right field. He'll stay in the yard for Bryce McFeely, who's there. He'll make the catch.
Yeah, he's probably just here early coming to watch his brother, Adrian McIntyre, come and perform here in the merge later today.
Yeah, it is, as we mentioned, an action-packed day. Westmont Athletics inside the gym starting at about 2 o'clock is going to be Westmont women's basketball. They're riding a 10-game win streak into a matchup against Point Loma. Westmont sits a game behind Point Loma in that matchup, so the winner of that game will have second place in the conference. There's a ground ball on to first. Belkowski picks it up. We'll continue telling you about Westmont Athletics. We'll come back in a moment here with the bottom of the 6th. Josh Hickey gets the Gators to go 1, 2, 3. We'll hear a word from one of our sponsors.
The Automobile Big Club of Southern California invites you to the AAA Travel Expo on Sunday, March 2nd at the Santa Barbara Club office. The expo will be held on Sunday, March 2nd at the Santa Barbara Club office from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll find insider information, hourly door prizes, exclusive show offers, and vendor presentations by Amo Waterways, Lindblad Expeditions, Rocky Mountain Mountaineer, and Viking Cruises. To RSVP, call 805-898-2824. That's 898-2824.
Jesse DiMaggio steps in against the new arm. Takes a strike. Nick Bakura taking over on the mound.
If I'm getting these stats.
This one grounded off the middle, up the mound. And DiMaggio is aboard with his first hit of the afternoon.
If I'm getting these stats correct, I do believe this is Bakura's first showing of the season.
It's going to be pinch hitter, I think. Darian Choi is going to bat. Grant Weisermans will run at first base for Jesse DiMaggio.
Weiserman's an absolute speedster for this Westmont team. Be a good person to have at that first base running.
Darian Choi, who closed out the second game of the doubleheader yesterday at first base. He will step in. The left-handed bat of Choi. That'll be his first at-bat of this Warrior season. Might be his first in the Warrior uniform, or maybe he's might have had a few at-bats last season. Throw over to first. Wiseman back with a slide.
Following in the footsteps of Shin, not letting that first baseman get by.
Choi awaits the first pitch. He sees the season, and it's outside and high. Taking over for Beltowski, who was 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. On deck is Hofstadler. Have to wonder if he'll be catching the second game today as well. That pitch misses the zone. It is 2-0. A dangerous bat. 2 for 2 with double and a home run sitting in his on-deck circle. Bakura would love to get 2 here. Fouled away. Nathan Shin, his day had ended. 22 batters faced, 5 innings pitched. He allowed 6 runs, all earned on 8 hits. Struck out 5 batters and walked 1. Those 3 home runs have been the difference in the game for the Warriors. It was Dunn, Hofstadler, and then Soper that sent balls over the fence. The 2-1, runner going, and the throw cannot be made by LaFerriere, who lost it on the transfer for Weisermans. He'll take a stolen base.
Yeah, pitcher not cautious enough. Weiserman's able to kind of steal off ahead there as the pitch was coming out.
Yeah, you're right about that. A very great jump from Grant Weisermans. Choi with 3-1. Chops this one to the left side. Handled at third by Olympia, who threw to first and then tries to get Weisermans on the throwback. It does work out. An unconventional double play. It goes 5-3-5.
Yeah, Weisermans thought he had it there as that ball was getting directed to first, but officials don't seem to agree as he doesn't get there in time. He's going to be ruled out of it.
So 2 gone here after that leadoff single. He'll bring up Hofstadler, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Nick Bakura. Said it before, he would love nothing more than to get 2 outs before having to face Hofstadler for the first time this game. Hofstadler owned Nathan Shin with a double and a home run. He ended up scoring after the double, too. And now he wears a hit by pitch. He's on for the 3rd time in as many plate appearances.
We're struggling a little bit keeping that ball down. We've seen a couple of those ones tend to go high on some of these attempts.
Colin Callahan will step in. And you think that you might have escaped danger if you can limit Shane Hofstadler to just a single. That's not been the case, as Callahan has singled both times he's come up.
Yeah, and that's what's so beautiful about Westmont's hitting. To get through one, and then you gotta worry about the next one coming up. He doesn't seem to lighten up no matter what you're going at.
That was the first pitch he sees, and it's funny because after both of those singles, he was erased by the next batter. Patterson grounded into double play and then a force out that ended the fourth. This time Callahan will get on and hope that Patterson can keep the train moving. There's a back pick attempt. It's no good. LaFerrier tried to catch Hofstadler sleeping. It's kind of hard to do that to a catcher who's familiar with watching his own position.
Yeah. Game recognized game, I guess.
Hofstadler's back safely. The 1-1 fouled away. Callahan trying to keep this perfect day going. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Hofstadler going on contact. This one's high. See some action going on in the Warrior bullpen. Looks like maybe Ryan Humphreys down there. Now Westmont finally added some other left-handed pitchers to this lineup. For a while it felt like Hump was the only one. Another pick-off attempt at first. Could be Hump, could be Evan Johnson, Sean DeBoard, maybe Gavin Reeve. 4 left-handed pitchers on this Westmont roster. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove, actually. Callahan goes down on strikes, and that will end the 6th inning. A clean inning for Nick Bakura. And the Gators will come back out with the top of the 7th in just a moment here on the Westmont Sports Network.
Imagined that the people who became nurses knew exactly what they wanted to do from like age 16 or something. I wasn't like that. So when I graduated from college, I assumed that I'd missed the boat, like really missed it. It was my mom actually who told me about Westmont's new nursing program and how their accelerated course can take you from a college degree to a bachelor's of science in nursing in just 16 months. But I don't even have to wait to start working in a real hospital. Westmont collaborates with Cottage Health to blend the best of classroom and hands-on learning. I'm on a generous scholarship, and when I graduate, I can go directly to a job with Cottage Health or anywhere in the country. Westmont is helping me realize the dream I didn't even know I had.
Westmont is now accepting applications for its nursing program. Generous scholarships are available. Get started now. Apply at westmont.edu/nursing.
Back in the action here, it's Josh Hickey beginning his 2nd inning of work. His opponent will be Kyle Olympia, the 9th hitter in this San Francisco State lineup, excuse me. 0 for 1 so far. He popped out to second base. 1 for 2 so far. RBI single before he popped out to second base. He takes a strike. Getting into the later innings here at Russ Carr. Ground ball to third. Patterson picks it up, throws to first, and there's one gone.
Routine play, Patterson and McFeely there. Patterson able to take his time, wind it up, and finish it off to get him out.
Yeah, good shout out. I did not notice that Bryce McFeely is now playing first base for Westmont.
Yeah, I had to pause before I said it there. I hardly even noticed myself.
So that's Isaac Veal, who will take over in right field. Veal will play first. That ball's inside. Make sure the rest of my defense is accurate too now. I believe that's still Bollinger and Dunn. Center and left respectively. Inches low. But I cannot remember a time in my experience at Westmont working games, Bryce McFeely played first base.
Yeah, I think it's the first for me as well. Obviously, I don't have the, how do you say, as many games as you quite honestly.
Experience.
Yeah, McFeely there, I was like, why is he up so close? I was ready to say Beltowski, but
It's called strike. Well, Beltowski had exited the game for Darian Choi, and Darian Choi did play first base yesterday, so it wasn't the strangest thing in the world for me to see as this ball's fouled away. It wasn't the strangest thing to see someone other than Beltowski at first. I expected it to be Darian Choi.
just the surprise of McFeely out there is what really got us.
So Daniel Murillo working through this one. He grounds to second. The throw over to first is converted. That's Callahan from short making the play.
Now coming up to the plate, catcher number 25, Derek Lafarian.
So 2 gone here. Warriors have retired in the last 8 Gators in a row. Looking for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings is Josh Hickey. He throws the ball to Derek Laferrier. Laferrier, 1 for 1. Hit a single in the 5th. First 2 at-bats, a sacrifice bunt and a walk. There's a called strike. Pitch very close inside. Stays away from Laferrier.
Yeah, Laferrier almost looked like he's going to get hit on it.
Yeah.
If he leaned in just a little bit more, he would have been walking.
Hickey, a foul off. Josh Hickey in this game. Ground out, fly out, ground out, ground out, ground out. 2 strikes, a chance for a strikeout. We'll see if he gets it. Ferrier holds up his swing, and he does. It's called a ball. Thought maybe he went there. The Warriors were ready to jog off the field.
Yeah, based off this game, we've seen the umpire go for a little bit less. Thought we were going to get to see it there, too.
It's Jeffrey Osborne saying he did not go, but now he does. Swung on and missed strike 3. Down goes Laferrier. That is 6 in a row for Josh Hickey, and we will stretch here at Russ Carr Field. Middle of the 7th. We'll be back in just a moment. base hit by Daniel Patterson as we were trying to get things sorted up here. It was a really funny opportunity.
Yeah, it's out behind us. Two Westmont freshmen are looking for balls, and they were doing more of some, I guess you could call it wildlife exploration, as they were kind of deep in the forest behind us.
Yeah, I promise you, it looked like a nature documentary. We were trying to get the camera spun around and do it between innings, but upstairs and downstairs we weren't quite on the same page here with the broadcast, so probably missed coverage. I mean, that single though was up the middle, so I have to assume it was at least caught by the center field camera.
Has to be.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who it was. I think it's Sean DeBoard was one of them, freshman pitcher on the Westmont team. They're in the Barranca in the, you said 44? Well, so Sean DeBoard is 30 and 44. Let's see, I don't have a 44 on this roster in front of me, but yeah, that was pretty silly. We were cracking up and enjoying that in between innings. Soper takes a ball to start his at bat here. This one, it's Will Kaczynski, another freshman pitcher, the righty. Baseball is not cheap these days. Westmont trying to, retain as many baseballs as possible, as does any program in these game balls. Even if they're not suitable to be used in games anymore, you can still use them as batting practice balls.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of them were out to that volley to our right. A lot of foul balls went out there, and I don't think they looked quite in the right area.
There's another. That's not a strike. That one's a ball. So 3-0 to Soper. And we're used to seeing players looking for baseballs in the parking lot or right behind us in the Bronco. But to put it into perspective, I mean, the area that they were looking for that ball is probably over 200 feet from home plate behind us. They're on the other side of the Barranca on the hill in the wilderness.
You got wilderness, road, wilderness
exactly,
again, and somehow they were still beyond that.
Yeah,
it looked like they were hiking up to the hills of Montecito from our perspective. But alas,
yeah, someone should ask them. Maybe they should go check up by the arches. Maybe they'll find the baseball up there.
Honestly, yeah, with some of the hits we've seen today.
Out of the hot springs, popular Westmont hiking destinations.
Yeah, I bet you a couple track athletes might have some after some home runs we've gotten to see.
Yeah, at least two have made it over there. There's a runner going. Patterson will arrive without a throw. I guess it's actually a walk. That's ball 4 issued to Soper.
Next up to bat, right fielder number 14, Bryce McFeely.
So McFeely will step in, now playing first base. And he is 0 for 2, but he walked in the third and scored a run in that trip around the diamond. He was immediately followed up by that big home run from Trey Dunn. This one's outside. Bakura spins, throws back to second. Patterson back safely. First two Warriors have reached here in the 7th. The 1-0. Fly it into right field. They'll stay fair. This one might drop in. It does, right by the line for Bryce McFeely, but traffic in front of him is going to force him to stay at first base. Patterson comes around to score, and the Warriors have their 7th run.
There he is, Patterson sliding in off home. That one looked like it could have gone out, but it just held true just long enough to stay in bounds for the Warrior to get a run.
Yeah, Santos out there, he was playing McFeely to pull, and he did the exact opposite of that as far as he really can. It dropped in just inside that right field line. Way too long of a run for Santos to get there. And then Soper was holding up thinking potentially it could have been caught, and that traffic kept McFeely at first base. He picks up his first RBI of the game nonetheless, and it's 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Another one, a fly ball. Popped back towards us in the broadcast booth. And foul.
Where did that one land? Did you catch that?
think it landed behind us on this road.
Oh, yeah.
Kid is
Hey, you
going to
can
get
tell
the
by the
ball.
little kids going to chase it.
Yeah.
Get them a souvenir from the Westmont baseball game.
Don't have a snack bar today with all that's going on. But
Actually, I believe we do. I did see Anthony Rose out there operating the snack bar per usual. He's tucked in just behind the bleachers. You can barely see him. They might have closed up
the
early.
ticket table.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. But I was gonna say the snack bar in the gym usually like the concessions are stored in there for baseball, but with basketball games going on, everything is still there. Nothing's been brought out to the field just yet. That crossover season right now between the two sports, as it is 1-1 to done. Runs on 11 hits for Westmont in this game. Picking up right where they left off game 1 yesterday. Just 12 runs coming, I believe, on 14 hits. 4 runs on 4 hits in game 2. Trey Dunn, 1 for 3, that big home run in the third, the highlight 3-run shot. Another chance for one here. With 2 on, he takes a strike. Another spin and throw back to second. I just realized, never finished talking about Westmont basketball a couple innings ago and how the women are riding that 10-game win streak for a battle for second place in the conference, and the men, on the other hand, it felt like the season was over a few games ago in this long
Quite
homestand.
honestly, yeah.
But a couple of big wins in a row have brought the Warriors to 7-7 in conference play. Dunn swings and misses. He's down on strikes.
Yeah, and as you get to talk to some of those Westmont Warrior basketball players, you get to understand that a lot of them have certain opinions on the league, and they all really consider each game very winnable. And as we've seen, each of the games could have gone either way. It's all about just showing up and showing out. Westmont usually proves to show out strong, but they tend to struggle in the latter half of games, and they've given up a couple few, which have dropped them lower in the ranks this season when they could just as easily be competing for a higher spot like the women's team.
7-7 in conference play is that Westmont men's basketball team, and as you mentioned, those games do feel winnable, and it feels like in the last 5 minutes, these contested games, they just can't seem to figure out how to pull ahead. But lately, they've been doing it, and it comes at a good time in the season. But only 2 home games remain for this Westmont men's team. I believe that's 6 games on the road as this pitch gets away from Bakura, but it's held down by LaFerrier. Taking his time with Jack Bollinger, who's 0 for 3. Yeah, the men's basketball team, Point Loma, one of the better teams in the conference. Have to play them twice the rest of the way in this season. Some other tough opponents as well, so the challenge will be difficult. But right now, where that men's team sits is in position for a Pac West playoff spot if the season ended today.
Yeah, and it really comes down to games like this. If you can prove yourself against the upper teams on the upper echelon of the league, then you can really start to make a real paveway for the second half of the season.
That one bounces in. 6 games remain for Westmont men's and women's basketball. Gotta figure, for the men at least, gotta win 4 to be safe. 3 maybe. If you finish 500, you might be able to sneak in. But certainly looking to try and win 4 out of those final 6.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a couple new teams are in the league and actually holding up some of those spots in the upper ranks of the division, but they're not actually Pac West tournament eligible.
Vanguard, Menlo, Jessup, new teams to the conference. Glad you mentioned it, because they can actually take us into the next conversation, but I'm not sure. I don't have the standings in front of me on whether the spots are taken, but I'm pretty sure that I know the women's team is 3rd right now. They need the 3rd seed if the season ended today. The men's team either 5th or 6th, probably 6th, I have to believe. Menlo, Vanguard, Jessup, new to the Pac West, playing baseball this season. That means that Pac-West now has 12 baseball teams in the conference. As such, 11 four-game conference series. The math works out to a 44-game conference schedule, and that will be a grind. It all starts next week against Hawaii Pacific for this Westmont team. They look more than ready to compete in conference play. Ballinger works a walk.
Yeah, it will be a grind. And as we start to get more games, you're going to want to see more of the roster come to show, right? Not all players going to be able to play every single game, and it kind of shows the depth of your roster, who's able to perform consistently.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely all for it. I love baseball so much. It's so much fun to watch here on campus. These guys go to compete. I think we're going to get a pitching change for the moment. Keep it here for a second at least, as the right-hander coming in here.
Isaac Beal.
Scott Bauman.
Oh, excuse me. Isaac Beal coming to warm up.
So Scott Bauman, he'll take the mound. That's a right-handed junior on this Gator lineup. And going back to the conversation, 22 home games here at Russ-Carr Field in conference play. We'll go with Hawaii Pacific and Chaminade to start things off. Then they'll hit the road for Fresno Pacific. It is a very home-heavy schedule to start the season.
Yeah, and with showouts like the ones we see today, it's really well in Westmont's favor. Got a lot of fans on your side, just helps you play better, quite honestly.
4 of the first 5 series that they'll play come at home. And then, of course, Azusa Pacific and Biola and Vanguard. Those schools being in close proximity to Westmont. They play split. They'll play doubleheader at Azusa Pacific. Or play doubleheader at Azusa Pacific and come home to face Azusa Pacific on March 14th and 15th. So
right,
they only play 1 series on the road fully in those first 5 series of the season.
Yeah, and it gives them a really good opportunity to come off to a strong start in the season. Really make themselves just asserted and set as they head into conference play and really just get a good jump to the season before they get to the back half when they start to introduce some more away games. Really start to figure it out on Russ-Carr Field, which they know better than any other team in the conference.
Hawaii trip included through all this in April towards the later part of the season for this Westmont team.
I think that's the one away game I think all these guys are probably excited for going out to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Baseballs among other activities you can do out there.
It's funny because that part of the schedule is when the academic calendar, at least at Westmont, stops making sense. They'll go to Hawaii, and that following weekend will be Easter weekend, which is a 4-day weekend for us here at Westmont. And then you only have a couple days of class before the study day, which is a Friday, so it's like 3 days of class mixed into about a 2-week stretch between Easter and the end of the semester.
Yeah, a little funky for these athletes, but more days off is for the better. They might want to catch up on some of those. You can only assume that baseball takes a heavy load on their academic performance, but a lot of these guys are students and athletes as well.
So, Bauman is loose and ready to go here. He'll come into the game to face off against Grant Weisermans and Isaac Veal. The base is loaded, as that is the mess that Nick Bakura has left for him to clean up with 1 out. Weiserman's the new DH as he takes inside.
Westmont dugout starting to let their chirps be known as that one drags a little left towards Weiserman.
This one fouled back over the screen.
Would you say that one was flinch-worthy, Joseph? Oh, and I can see where that one went. That's just going on in the creek behind us.
Quite spin around in time to catch it. It's a 1-1 for Weisermans. Bauman delivers. That one somehow missed the strike zone. Breaking ball that came down. I thought it caught the zone. Instead, it's 2-1. The 2-1 taken low. Weiserman's on this season, looking for his first RBI. 2 for 3 in the 3 at-bats he's taken so far. Got a walk mixed in as well. Here's the 3-1. Weiserman's takes ball 4. That is RBI number 1 on the season for Grant Weiserman's. It brings home Michael Soper. McFeely advances to third, and Bollinger advances to second.
Yeah, Soper over to take it on home, and Westmont's starting to run away with this one towards the back half of our game here today.
The RBI walk. It's now the right fielder Isaac Field, defensive replacement that came in last inning. That sent Bryce McFeely over to play first base. Darian Choi was the pinch hitter who had hit for Beltowski, who was originally playing first base. So that's how we got to Field. Sitting on an 0-1 pitch right now. Hitting .313, 5 for 16 so far. Takes this one in the dirt. McFeely will race home. Everyone else advances as well.
Yeah, that one gets taken into the dirt off the catcher's knees. It looks like that one's bouncing out left. One able to come on home. McFeely able to bring it on home for another Westmont run.
So first base now open for Isaac Field. A chance to drive in 2 runs with a base hit. Field already has 5 runs batted in this season. And the pressure of hitting into a double play has been lifted by that wild pitch. This one swung on and missed. The 1-2 for Veal. Take it in the dirt. This time, LaFerrier keeps it in front. It's that first at-bat for Field today. He's got Hofstadler on deck behind him. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Veal on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Scott Bauman. And it's the 8th one by San Francisco State.
Now coming up to the plate, catcher number 24.
It comes at an opportune time for the Gators. They're forced to face Shane Hofstadler a 4th time. 2 for 2, the double home run, and hit by pitch.
He's had himself quite a game, able to make it on base every time he's at the bat.
He's done so all 3 times. He takes a ball here. And with first base open, don't have to pitch so aggressively to him. Get the chance to face Callahan, who's on deck. Another one in the dirt. LaFerrier keeps it in front. That holds Bollinger at third.
Yeah, a couple of these just getting sent into the dirt, making a lot of
Bauman trying to work low in the zone here. Caused him a little bit of damage. Walked the first batter. And a wild pitch. Ended up getting the strikeout against Veal. And that brings him to Hofstadler. 3 runs gone in so far in this inning. Hofstadler takes outside. And now, if you're Bauman, you don't need to force yourself to throw a strike here. If you're trying to just throw a strike, not the most competitive pitch in the world to keep this at-bat going, Hofstadler is the guy that will turn that into a mistake. Here's the 3-0. That one is high, and Hofstadler will walk.
bases loaded now for Callahan as he steps up to plate. He can make a big impact here.
Yeah, but a good job by Bauman not to float one down the middle. Instead, he'll face Callahan, 2 for 3. Those 2 singles, the first one an RBI single, and then a strikeout.
Yeah, and based off Hoff's other hits, you can assume that honestly letting him walk's the better option.
Callahan takes a strike. It's the top of the order, and Patterson waiting on deck. Patterson already has a single. This one chopped over to the right side. Ramos will get to it and throw to first, and that will end the inning. But not before the Warriors convert 3 runs and pull ahead, now leading by 7. Top of the 8th coming up in just a moment. Josh Hickey will go back to work when we return.
Enjoy an escape to serenity in the American Riviera as you soak up the sun, spend your day in wine country, and take in some of Southern California's finest cultural centers. The Carpinteria Inn in Santa Barbara offers Spanish Mission architecture, well-appointed amenities, and cozy suites, all just 2 blocks from the beach and minutes from the area's finest shopping and dining destinations.
Center fielder Michael Cunningham, up to plate now.
Cunningham looking for that first hit. Hickey with the first pitch strike. Cunningham struck out in the first. Flied to center and then left in the 2nd and 5th innings. Even 1-1 to start this at-bat. This one, flied out to left field. A line drive over the head of Trey Dunn and onto the street. Michael Cunningham found a home run here in the 8th inning. That is his 2nd of the season. Continuing that tear he's had. Every hit so far this season has been an extra base hit. 6 doubles and now 2 home runs for Michael Cunningham. Josh Hickey, that ends the streak of 6 batters retired in a row in this outing. Here's another ball. This one sent out to left center. It'll drop down in front of Bollinger. Throw to second here, trying to limit that to a single, and he does.
Well done, Bollinger, able to get to that one. It almost looked like he was outside of his scope, but he's able to get out of that one. And then just like you said, able to hold it just to a single on a hit that just could have easily been a double.
Now a couple of hard-hit balls back-to-back from these Gators off of Josh Hickey.
Yeah, these Gators starting to gain momentum on him. I think he's going to want to reel it back in.
Delivers low to Santos. Santos, 1 for 3. Double reached on an error and grounded out. Trying to work the Gators slowly but surely back into this game. Called strike. No one getting loose in the Warrior bullpen at the moment. It's actually false, because now I see another left-handed pitcher up there. This one fouled off to the right. Still hard to see that Warrior bullpen here at Russ Carr Field from this vantage point that we have. Not as hard as in years past before this two-story structure existed that we work on now. This one, hard ground ball to third. Patterson on to second. Soper to first. A double play.
Double play, really dynamic there out of the Westmont outfield. Kind of start to see that kind of energy out of Patrick Mahomes.
5-4-3. It goes down. 2 gone here and nobody on for Aaron Roberts. I cannot say that I expected that to be said on the baseball broadcast today. Ground ball up the center, the middle for a base hit into center field. For Roberts' first time on today. It's now 1 for 4. And that brings up Nick Allred. Allred also looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2. Singled and came around to score back in the second. The left fielder flies this one to the right side. McFeely says he has it near first base. He does. That is out number 3. Hickey gets off the mound, but not before allowing that home run to Michael Cunningham. The score is 9-3, and the Warriors will add to their run total for the last time in this bottom of the 8th inning. Another word from one of our sponsors before we come back with the bottom of the 8th.
The Automobile Club of Southern California invites you to the AAA Travel Expo on Sunday, March 2nd at the Santa Barbara Auto Club office. The expo will be held from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll find insider information, hourly reward prizes, exclusive show offers, and benefits and cases by AMO Waterways, Glad Expeditions, Rocky Mountaineer, and Viking Cruises. To RSVP, call 805-898-2824. That's 805-898-2824. Once again, that's 805-898-2824.
Or as some might refer to him as, Patrick Mahomes, as he flies this one to the right side. Johnson will retire him. And then there's the proof there that he's not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
there would have been roughing the passer called, and Daniel Patterson would have been awarded first base if that were the case. Instead, there's 1 out here to start the 8th inning. That brings up Michael Soper. Called strike to Soper. Super Bowl 59 tomorrow, of course. Woke up and was scared that it was today. Fortunately not.
As much as I love Westmont baseball, I don't know if the Super Bowl is worth it.
Yeah. It's going to be a long day for me, too. I got Sass and Nahas waiting downstairs to call game 2. We'll be back with that action about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. The 1-1, this one, cued off the left side, might stay fair, and it does, just sneaks inside the line. It'll get hung up by the tarp. Soper will be content with the single. And he is having himself quite the day. A finish in all likelihood with 3 hits and 4 at-bats. He's scored 3 runs already. He's driven in 1. Masterful performance for the second baseman. McFeely trying to be a follow-up act to that single. Feely has one of his own. He's 1 for 3. He also walked both times he got on. He ended up scoring. Soper goes. Here's the throw down to second. He is safe. He was caught stealing back in the first inning. This time he gets under the tag and puts himself in scoring position for Bryce McFeely.
Didn't learn his lesson for the better, it seems like.
Soper now 4 out of 5 on the season in stolen bases. McFeely trying to bring him home on a 1-0 pitch. Bauman delivers. That's a ball. The 2-0. Bauman spins, throws to second. Soper read it perfectly and gets back in time.
Bowman not taking any chances now. He's been eyeing Soper, making sure he's not stealing any, but he's still able to get away with it.
Yeah, this game alone has probably seen the most pickoff attempts that I've seen in one game during my time here.
Oh, entirely.
It feels like it's just gone on forever. There's a called strike. .121 here. Local time at Westmont, 2 hours and 21 minutes have gone by. And we are still at least 5 outs away from the conclusion of this game. The game yesterday, actually, the first game yesterday took quite a while too. I think that was 2 hours and 52 minutes. Almost 2 o'clock when game 1 ended. McFeely takes the third ball. He's already walked once. That one was a 4-pitch walk back in the third. Perhaps looking for another one right here to set the table for Trey Dunn. This one, high fly ball out to left field off the bat of McFeely. He thinks he has all of it, but Russ Carr holds it in as Allred is there. Tagging and advancing to third is Soper.
He looked like he got nothing but contact there, but just didn't get enough. Able to pave the way for Soper, but unfortunately got himself out. He's still getting some hits on the head as he walks back into the dugout.
Yeah, the way he reacted, it looked like that ball was going to end up at Murchison Gym. Right there in that deep left center field corner, just enough room for Allred to get to it. That was about 20 feet to the left. For sure is a home run into those bushes or onto the street.
Yeah, I feel like we've been seeing homages to both the other sporting events going on just based off home runs and the sent in the direction. I feel like we've had 2 sent to the Merch and 2 sent to the track.
Yeah, you're right. Women's basketball getting set to tip off. Jacob Norling on that call inside Murchison Gym. Mighty women's basketball team on a historic run at the moment. There's a called strike. Done. So nonetheless, a productive out for Bryce McFeely as he moves a runner to third with 2 outs for Trey Dunn. Done with that big home run. He's 1 for 4, but that one was worth 3 runs to the Warriors. Swings and misses. 1 and 2. trying to get out of this inning. Delivers the 1-2, and it's low. Held in front by LaFerriere. Done. Bollinger to follow if he gets on. The 2-2. Fly ball into center field. Enough room, however, for Cunningham, who tracks it down and makes the catch to end the inning. Warriors scoreless in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be a 6-run cushion for Josh Hickey, trying to get himself a very long save in this game. 3 outs left to go for this Warriors defense. We'll be back in just a moment as they try to shut it down.
Now pitch hitting for the Gators, Matt Sugden.
Top of the 9th here at Russ-Carr Field. Josh Hickey trying to complete a 4-out save. The task at hand will be a pinch hitter to start things off in Matt Sugden. Matt Sugden taking over for Fred Ramos. Be another pinch hitter on deck after him. 1-1 the count to him. It's Coach Schifano unloading the bench here in the later innings. It's 2-1. Sugden this season. I believe getting his first plate appearance as well. So now it's 3-1. Yeah, first one for Sugden this year. Takes inside, and he's aboard. 1,000 on base percentage in 2025 for Matt Sugden.
Now pitch hitting for the Gators,
Colby Raphael, who we saw play yesterday, will step in as a pinch hitter for Kyle Olympia. Man on and no out. Maria's still on deck, the leadoff hitter. This one cued over the right side. That'll get through.
Yeah,
Maybe extra bases if he hurries.
that one just goes past McFeely, and
Raphael holds up with a single, but moves the runner all the way to third in Sugden.
Now
yeah,
batting,
something able to sneak two in there. You thought Raphael would follow up on him, but he takes the single.
So with the first baseman holding the runner on, Bryce McFeely not able to get to that ball as it was punched into right field off the bat for Raphael. He'll bring in Murillo, who watches the first pitch low. Daniel Murillo, 0 for 2 this game. He walked his first 2 at-bats, then grounded to short both the next time. So Colin Callahan on high alert for this ball here as he takes a strike on the outside corner. Another one low. Hickey gets this one, ground ball to third, could be 2. Patterson on to second, on to first, picked out by McFeely, and it's a double play.
Westmont losing the battle but winning the war on that one.
So the run does come home. Sugden scores for a beautiful double play, and big shout out to Bryce McFeely. Not his usual position, but made it look very natural, scooping that one out of the dirt at first base.
Yeah, when you're a guy with this many, like McFeely, who's got this many years in the program, it's such great performances, quite honestly. Like, that level of consistency translates wherever you put him on the field.
So it's now 9-4 here. That one gets away from everyone. 2-0 the count to LaFerrier. Gators need to be perfect and come up with 5 runs from this point on to keep this one moving. There's a called strike.
Comeback like that would be something truly miraculous if we're able to see it here today.
That one, the slider can't find the zone. It's low. 3-1. Should be 3-1. Scoreboard showing 2-2. See what the case is after this pitch. Either way, full count. My mistake. So full count could be the last one for the ball game. Hickey comes home with it, grounded hard up the middle. Callahan can't get to it, and the inning continues.
Next up to bat, center fielder number
Derek
8,
LaFerrier with
Michael
his second
Cunningham.
hit of the afternoon. Turns the page to Michael Cunningham, who sent the most recent pitch he saw over that left field fence. Of course, Michael Cunningham yet to hit a single this season. 8 hits on the year, all of them extra bases.
Go big or go home, I guess.
Yeah. Definition of a boom or bust player. But he hasn't really busted that often, as he's only struck out twice this season, I believe, or third time coming in this game. High fly ball out to right, but it's foul. Yeah, the strikeout back in the first inning, and then after that, fly out, home run. Cunningham liking to put this ball in the air. Been rewarded. Here's one in the air to the right. A line drive. Veal can't get to it, and it's over the fence. Michael Cunningham with 2 home runs. Wow.
Michael Cunningham keeping the dream alive for the Gators. Puts that deficit down to 3 runs.
2-run shot brings LaFerrier home. It's 9-6 is the score. Coach Svagdis gonna rock with Josh Hickey still to try to get this final out. Now it would become a save situation for any pitcher that enters for Westmont from this point on. The 2-out rally with a single and a home run, keeping San Francisco State alive. Justin Johnson steps in. First pitch got away. He is 1 for 4. 0 for 3 to start. Fouls this one into the glove. Then singled in the 8th inning. Looking to pass the baton to Daniel Santos. Takes low. this one. Grounded hard to short. This could be it. Callahan scoops it up, throws across the diamond, and that's the ball game. Warriors take game one of this doubleheader. They have clinched a series win with one game left to come. The final here is 9-6. Joey Rico got it started, 5 innings of 2-run ball, and Josh Hickey came in and closed it out with a 4-inning save. Losing pitcher on the other side, Nathan Shin for San Francisco State, 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Westmont, 9 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. Any final thoughts, David, before we turn this page?
Yeah, it was just good to see Westmont really start to take control of that game towards the back half. Slower start in the first 2 innings, but once that 3rd inning hit, you got to see them really start to take off there. And you just got to love to see it, right? Guys just kind of hitting home runs left and right. A lot of people getting the fielding. Really good opportunities from both sides, and just a good game overall.
Well-fought game, lots of home runs. We did see the ball fly today. That was true of game 1 yesterday. In game 2, the defense took over. So we'll see how game 2 plays out today. For now, the Warriors have secured their first series win of 2025. We'll remind you that this broadcast of Westmont College Athletics and its associated commentary are the property of Westmont College. Any audio and or visual rebroadcast or retransmission of this programming is prohibited without the express written consent of Westmont College. We'll be back on the air in half an hour, but for now, for Maddie Steinbach, Reese Urbis, Lauren Landa, and my partner David Molessa, I'm Joseph Binger saying so long and good afternoon. We'll be back in 30 minutes.
Enjoy an escape to serenity in the American Riviera as you soak up the